Hello and welcome to today's historic best of 3 deck tech and gameplay video on basically elf tribal or elf aggro or what have you. It, like every other aggro deck, wants to play elves that either say buff your elves or let you make loads of mana, or other generic sort of elf payoff cards like Freyalise and Elvish Warmaster. We also have Collected Company, as the majority of our deck is things that can't be hit by Collected Company, and 2 Crater Hoof Behemoths at the top to turn the wide boards that elves can oftentimes make into a load of damage and hopefully run down our opponents. The land base, as you can see, is split basically between black and green mana, even though the main deck is entirely green. The reason why we do run black is for the sideboard cards, or some of them anyway. Necromentia for combo decks, Tainted Remedy for life gain decks, Crippling Fear for some, we'll call them aggro mirror matchups. So you can sort of have a chance to fight for a board a little bit that won't also mess up your board. We run Ooze for Graveyard Hate, Reclamation Sage for usually artifacts, but hey, if you need Enchantment Hate, it also works too. And Back to Nature for, besides Enchantment Hate, it's usually for the like 9 life style or Enchanter style super heavy enchantment decks. Also running a couple Tyvar Kells against control matchups, sorry, to give us some staying power as we try to transition into a more mid-rangey kind of deck to help go the distance. And that is the basics of our elf tribal list. We'll go now into game number 1. And game number 1 with our little elf tribal list. 2 lands, some stuff to do, we're on the draw. Yeah, we'll keep it. It's not great, we would love to have a 1-drop, but it's good enough. Rocking my new little Timmy avatar, which I love deeply. Okay, sacrifice Thopter, make 4. Okay. Ended up getting a 1-drop, which is good. So we're probably going to bring in red sages, nothing else. But they're red and they're white. I'm used to seeing, like, Boros versions of similar things. Yeah, like taking it, but we have to. Okay, so red-white artifact aggro. Not bad, not bad. We'll go ahead and play Freyalise, and then we'll untap Freyalise to also get an Elvish Mystic. Not bad. We are going to have to take a few turns off, just getting, you know, bonked in the head a few times, which isn't great. Well, okay, so they're a Lurrus deck, and they're artifacts, so maybe we bring in some Oozes also. So maybe Rex Sages and Oozes in the Imperious Perfect, or whatever it's called, will usually get cut, as that is like the weakest of the elf cards as far as I can tell. It's not great. I don't love that. Do we... I mean, I have another one. I think we just leave it 8. It's not the most interesting play in the world, but I think we'll be alright. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just play another Freyalise. Again, untap. Probably play the War Master here. The goal is now we can hopefully start generating some creatures to sort of chump block with. Until we manage to, like, turn the corner, basically. Another Foundry. Plays the... I mean, that's cute. I don't know if it's, like, that good. That's better for them, has to be said. Freyalise kind of did all she's going to do.
You'll pay for your treachery.
Yeah, that's the plan.
No defeat lasts forever.
Crater Hoof's not bad, has to be said. We'll go ahead and play the Leaf Crab Visionary. Let's see, probably do the Clancaller. Again, just looking to get real big. Now, if nothing else, we can start blocking, which is pretty helpful. Okay, if I attack with the War Master, they just make a Retrofitter Foundry. Yeah, let's just activate the Foundry, turn the Thufter into a 4/4. Okay, that's... Deck is very weird. Like, it's fine. Just weird. Yeah, the 6/8's not great. Not good at all. It's really kind of bad, honestly. So yeah, I think the original plan of maybe we will put some Crippling Fears in. I haven't quite thought about it. Yeah, it's very cute. Again. That's honestly not that bad of an idea. I don't like that, but it kind of has to go. Otherwise, we're going to lose the game almost immediately. And yeah, we're giving them basic lands, or lands, not necessarily basic lands, which isn't great, but that would have easily started to kill us and run away with the game, and we don't like that very much. Let's see. Again, anything we attack with, they just block and make a big old construct and kill all of our stuff. We're in a weird spot that we're not, like, drawing the most amount of lands, but we're not, like, awful. Okay, you're just making them the hard way. This... Oh, right, they can just do it again, and life is awful and miserable. To be fair, this is pretty good to show Elves is a very, very good linear deck in that you just largely do what your deck was going to do anyway, and you just sort of ignore what your opponent's doing and hope to run them down. But if they can, say, develop their own large board, or really interact with yours in pretty much any way, Elves is very shaky in that way, in that it does fantastic and doesn't, but also doesn't stand a whole lot of fudgery, if you get my drift. That, okay, if you're not gonna, I give this person like 10 more seconds if they're not gonna, because they've probably won this game, but if they're not gonna be respectful of my time, I'm just gonna go on my merry way. Okay. I don't think I've seen this one. Make a Thopter. Makes, taps 1, tap 1, deals damage to a thing. And Insole Artifact. Say, wait. Yeah, okay, they're just not respecting my time, so. But, well, I think we'll still keep this in here to show what the deck's trying to do, anyway. So, yeah, Rex Sages are in, a couple of Oozes, Perfects are out. It's not fantastic, it has to be said. So maybe we can. Maybe Clancallers, because they are particularly weak. Maybe cut a couple more and get some Crippling Fears in. Probably. Maybe cut one Crater Hoof and then cut the other to get another Tyvar Kell. Since I imagine we're not going to be able to just sort of do our linear thing and run our opponent over, which is, again, as we talked about, sort of required for Elves to work. So we're going to try and transition to a somewhat more mid-rangey game to like try and keep up. Of course, we still do maintain some ability to just like blow people up from out of nowhere, which is nice, to be fair. Go ahead and play first. Yeah, 1 drop into an Archdruid. Yeah, pretty good. Can't really ask for much more than that. Don't have a whole lot of black sources, but we'll usually run into them. And you don't need that much for the deck. I think 2 black sources is enough to cast everything the deck can possibly hope to use. Or not. In that case, we'll just War Master. Nothing else. You can always say play a Leaf Crown next turn or something. We would like to draw land for the Archdruid. That would be, like, the best. Correction, we don't even get that. It's beginning to matter significantly less what I do. So there's that. I think we'll just do Allosaurus and Elvish. Again, just try for another Archdruid next turn. Although they're not really advancing their board, so it's like not a terrible place to be in. Kind of has to be said. Now, do they have another bit of removal? To be fair, if you're removing anything from this board, like it's not great, but it's not like that high impact. You play Darksteel Citadel. Esper Sentinel. It's not going to be the most relevant. Correction, it is going to be that relevant. Well, no, not really. Okay, we're doing our thing. Go ahead and take the action. Play the Archdruid. Almost certainly. I hate having to just take another chunk of damage this turn. But honestly, like, we don't really have much in the way of choice on the matter. Yeah. Chunk me for a lot. It's not great. Okay, he's tapped out at least, so we have a air quote free turn. The Archdruid's not awful. So we can tap for We've Crowned. I think we just kind of sit. We still need another black source for the cryptic here, but that's increasingly not going to matter. We do have to block. Oh yeah, that's right. When it comes back in, it has summoning sickness. That's right. I forgot. There goes that goofy ass card. Let's see. Probably will just kill an Archdruid. No, he goes for. How much you kill? Okay, to be fair, I guess it. Okay, yeah. To be fair, they're very close to just ending the game. Good, that's really useful. Is there any way... So go ahead and play the Llanowar Elf. Draw a card. Is that black source kind of what we needed? I think. So we could tap one Elvish Mystic, Crippling Fear. Naming Elf. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's... Yeah, we'll pay that. That's fine. Creatures that aren't, so everything that isn't an elf, which is basically the whole board. Okay, and then we can tap another 3, so we can activate the Allosaurus Shepherd. Don't think we just die on crackback, so I think we can attack pretty free. Threatening lethal, so they have to block something, which will help get rid of their portrait. I don't think, even if they play Lurrus, there's anything they have that, like, just immediately kills us. Now they can play Lurrus and, like, generate another blocker, which is annoying, but, you know, we're still alive. Doing pretty good. Did you draw a removal spell? Because you don't have any creature lands. So there's that. Alright! Hell yeah! Do linear things, beat up opponents, get wins. We'll go ahead and just run it again. I think that's... Our sideboarding strategy's relatively sound, so we'll just do it again. We're not on the draw. We're on the draw, sorry. We're not on the play, which is not great. Especially with no goddamn lands in our opening hand, but that's fine. That's variance. I think we'll go ahead and chuck the swamp. We have a Rexade, so it's particularly useful to keep it. That might actually be the card that dies here. So we'll go ahead and just play the Overgrown Tomb tapped. See what they do. Maybe one of those ingenious smiths or something? Nothing. Okay, that's concerning. Okay, they can just, yeah, make a little servo boy. But if they really want to start, like, burning all of their turn to just, like, slowly, you know, construct a respectable sized creature, it's not that bad. We'll take that. I wonder if they're running Tempered Steel, because in my own versions of, like, red-white... Oh, they can't run Tempered Steel because they're running Luris. Duh, Max, you just answered your own question. That's gonna suck if they just replay it, but I think I have to make him do that. Yeah, I think we just have to. To be fair, if he plays a land and does that, if he plays a land and does Luris and brings back the Foundry, that is his whole turn. That's almost exactly what's gonna happen, isn't it? Can I call it verbatim? Because I'll take it. Eh, not bad. It's not great, but yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, I blocked it all day. I don't want that to be something bigger. Go ahead and play the Pathway on black, so we have our 2 necessary to make this work. I think we'll just play Collector Company now. That's pretty good. Go ahead and get the War Master and the Archdruid. Just looking to develop the biggest board we can right now. And we can always now, with the token, chump the Luris. Although I would be very surprised if they don't have some sort of removal. Yeah, like that. Or something on the board. Okay, I can do something with that. Is it equal to elves or creatures? Yeah, it is for each elf. I thought it was. Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright, getting real fucking... To be fair, they're doing the right thing. I'm just being a very salty sailor. Go ahead and take the damage, as one should. I think the part that annoys me even more is that I still kind of can't do anything about it. Because I would need 6 mana to do all of what I'm wanting to do. Although, we could just Crippling Fear. This is the most... This is a crazy thing to do. But we kind of need to Crippling Fear this. To get that Luris off the board, like now. I think it's 2 to make a 1/1, right? 2 servo, yeah. Yeah, nah, I won't want to attack. This is basically just me giving it away. We're not in that dire straits to just start throwing away cards. Let's see, I think I have 1 more. Rex Sage. Again, go ahead and just eat the 1. Probably Rex Sage the Glass Casket, since the mana is a little more useful. Sitting on something. Sees it sacrifice a servo, make a Thopter, then make a Thop. It's an interesting card. It's very weird. It's a weird choice for an addition. Okay, it's another Foundry. They're making their own little board. Credit given where it's due. Yeah, go ahead and give it the Glass Casket, because we would like our Archdruid back. Go ahead and play the Ooze, just so we can start slowly chipping away at their graveyard. Although, with Luris gone, there's less of a concern for that. Let's see, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, hold on. Okay, so you have to pay 2 to... Or is it 1 sacrifice, make a Thopter, then you have to pay 3. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, my brain kind of glazed over. Being my aggro brain, just... I mean, to be fair, we made them... They were going to have to do it anyway, so... And to lose a token is not the biggest thing in the world. It's just not great, you know? How much mana will we have next turn? 3, 5, 6, 7. One more for a Crater Hoof, which wouldn't be bad. Okay. Oh, fuck's sake. Alright, yeah, that's cool. For the love of fuck's sake. I think... Okay, that's cool. I'm trying not to let the saltiness, like, consume my soul, but it's not really working that well. And the really fucked bit is that that wouldn't even help me. So I could think of maybe a Realm Walker in the Elves. Maybe finding something. Like a Rex Sage off the top. Oh, that's one card away from being useful. That's very useful. Thanks, game. I think I just lose, right? I think that's just the way of that. God damn, that's frustrating. It's fine. Did lose fair and square. It's just frustrating. Yeah. Go ahead. Make your goofy ass build-a-board. I might be able to kill this thing, but like, fuck me, it's like so much work. They just have better like mana sinks than I do, and it's like really starting to show. To be fair, yeah, I think that actually just kills us, right? I don't think there's anything we can do to live there. I mean, credit given. And more interaction. Alright, it's over. I'm not gonna sit here and wait. We'll go now on to game number 2. And game number 2 with our little elf tribal list. I want to keep that, but it's only got one land. That's much better. We can actually keep that. I think we'll go ahead and maybe shuck the castle back. We basically have what we want. Alright, white. So we'll go ahead and just tomb, untap, play a Llanowar Elf. Let's see what our opponent's doing. If nothing else, we're probably just going to play Freyalise and then untap and play a Shepherd. And it'll be this whole thing. Correction, we drew an Archdruid, so we play the Archdruid first. And we'll likely do the same thing next turn anyway. Is it mono white? Oh, blue-white controls. We're going to be here for a while. Go ahead and play the first Shepherd. We'll also allow our spells not to be counterable. Yeah, I think we do. Yeah, well, Freyalise here. Again, it can't be countered. They might have some sort of like destroy-esque removal, but that's like fine. You could destroy the Allosaurus. You can destroy the Shepherd, but it's not going to help you right now. Go ahead and untap the Archdruid. Go ahead and just play the Collective Company here. Again, another green spell that now cannot be countered, which is a lovely bit of main deck. Go ahead and bonk him for 4. I mean, and this is a good example of like the deck just being linear and like sneaking things. Cool. You know what? We'll go ahead and just start or continue the +1ing of Freyalise, since being able to conjure a Regal Force will usually help us to sort of claw back into the game a little bit. So if nothing else, we can just Clancaller and make a token from the Perfect. And then, yeah, that's basically what's going to happen. In that case, I think we'll just play the Clancaller and play the Elves. not great. Because they're probably sitting in some sort of... We'll go ahead and do it anyway. Since if this is Mosasaurus control list, they'll usually run some stifles or something weird. Really, it just resolves. If you were gonna try and settle the wreckage of me, I'll take that. Call your bluff. Ow. Wandering Emperor. That's cool. Yeah, go ahead and exile my dude and do all your fucking shit. It's gotta be a while. Has to be said. Would not be terribly surprised if you just have another one. And this is just the life we live now. Maybe some Teferi, and then you untap and still leave or is one Amber? That's 4. Okay, never mind. Something like that. Okay, yeah, something is easily screwy here. Alright, what are we doing here? Because you can't counter that even if you wanted to. I think we'll go ahead and Llanowar Elves, then uptick the Fraileys, playing the Elvish Mystic. As far as I've been able to tell, Elves kind of can't live through, like, more than one board wipes. Let's do attacking with these two, because you probably have another Wandering Emperor, or a Settle, or some other, or Shark Typhoon. Okay, just animate to one of the lands. That's fine. I need to get rid of the Walker more than anything.
I'm never done for good.
Okay. Now we play the waiting game. I'll take that. Again, same plan. Tap for mana, untap the creature in question. Now we could actually just activate the Allosaurus Shepherd here. Because again, I'd be very surprised if they don't have another Wandering Emperor or something waiting to interact with us. Go ahead and try and keep the collected companies if we can. Okay, it wasn't a Wandering Emperor. It's basically the same thing. Or is now the Wandering Emperor coming down? Okay. Is there a sweeper coming now? What's going on here, game? Playing a land for the Day of Judgment. Okay, they didn't have it. Yeah, sometimes you have to make them have a removal check. It's not the most interesting thing, but it just is the reality of the game, and I think it's an okay thing to have. A couple Tyvar Kells will come in, and we'll bring the perfects, or a couple of the perfects out. And then again, just largely continue our plan of just running down an aggressive deck. Or, as the aggressive deck, running down the non-aggressive deck. Tyvar Kell, like we talked about in the beginning of the video, should just help us to, like, have a little more staying power so we don't just die immediately to a sweeper. Although you have to be careful if you at home have, like I have managed to, like, ult a Tyvar Kell, because you can quickly deck yourself if you aren't careful. See, we are on the draw and not on the play. It's not like that big of a deal, so, you know. That's honestly pretty damn good. Mystic on 1, Archdruid on 2, much similar to, like, the other games we've shown. Then we have a Fraileys to also, again, do our untapped goofy mana thing. Overgrown Tomb is good, so we'll go ahead and shock that in. Plan remaining largely the same. Admittedly, no Allosaurus Shepherd, so things can be countered now, which is a concern. Yeah, Archdruid first, since we untapping right now with Fraileys and tapping again wouldn't really generate that much for us. Let's see. What's going on? Don't have any white sources, but it's pretty damn useful. So we'll go ahead. Well, okay, we'll do Fraley's first. Again, tap the Mystic. Uptick the Fraley's. Untap. Play the second Mystic. Giving us 3 and 4 mana. $1,000,000 question is, do I just attack? I think we'll take 1 turn off to collect a company. If they have a sweeper, which they probably do, we just accept that's part of the game. But if they don't, I think we just kill them, right? But they have a sweeper. Yeah, sometimes you're just fucked and don't really have an option. We'll go ahead and play the Tomb. Play the Leaf Crown Visionary. Go ahead and down tick, looking or seeking an elf card, not drawing. Llanowar Elves is good because it does give us a Leaf Crown draw, so we'll go ahead and take advantage of that. We're honestly not in that bad of a spot. Like, yeah, sweepers suck, but like they're always gonna suck. I don't know why they're not running Supreme Verdict. That's just kind of what I expect most blue-white decks to run, but to be fair, yeah, it's fine either way. It doesn't really matter that much. Anything we want to get back? Kinda. Think we'll play the Shepherd first. Go ahead and uptick. Playing the Clancaller. Play it as a land. Yeah, it's a weird spot to be in. Yeah, I'll go and play it as a land. To be fair, that could have gone either way in my head. If we draw a land though now, we can 6, right? Okay, it's not a land, but it'll do. Let's see. Again, we'll just uptick. Probably naming the Clancaller. Our stuff can't be countered, so there's that going for us. So just play a Mystic, again, force them to have interaction, or removal, or what have you. Okay, that's Memory Deluge, so that's not a Wandering Emperor. So, I mean, they might find a removal spell now, to be fair. But they didn't give them priority, so they don't have something. Unless you make a point of full control to bluff you have something, the game will just automatically, you know, pass priority because you don't have one. You don't have a play to normally give yourself that. I mean, rephrase myself. Or rephrase that. Jesus fucking Christ! Not even running the same kind! There. In that case, I think we'll just go ahead and seek an elf card and hang out. Realm Walker's kind of useful, actually, has to be said. So a Realm Walker, naming elf. Okay, it's not an elf card, but Tybor Kill is something. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, okay, if you're running Sweeper Tribal, there's not a whole lot I can do against that. Go ahead, Tybor Kill. We'll probably just... Oh, you have to have a counter spell, right? That would make sense. That's cool. That is neato. Go ahead and seek an elf card. Oh, good. The old Llanowar Elf late game draw. That lovely interaction. Odds are we'll just keep on using Fraley's now for drawing elves. If they don't just tuck it right now, which is a very likely thing, as we said. Oh no, that lets them have, I think, have Hall, right? 6 mana? 1, 2, 3. No? No. Okay, so that's a thing. Can kind of make something happen here. Possibly. So we'll go ahead and War Master. They probably have another counter spell. Again, we're just going to start seeking right now. The Visionary, that's not bad. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so you can, if nothing else, just deluge. If they have something to interact with us, then they just have it. We just have to accept that. We might win next turn. Did I fuck that up? 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope. In that case, I did the exact right thing. How many fucking sweepers? God damn.
Hurry.
1. Sorry, I had to check my phone there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sweepers. Okay, to be fair, this dude is taking it to a bit of an extreme. I mean, it's gonna get him, or it's probably gonna get them a win in this case. But like, let's be honest here. I would say they've gone a little too hard. The sweeper town, for fuck's sake! Ah, the late game mystics. I mean, yeah, I'll play to my outs here. I think I can maybe sink this. The game isn't like very clearly over.
I'm not overconfident.
A little bit of hope here. God damn it, not much. Has to be said. And they're just sitting on the hull. I'll give this game a couple more turns.
We need to.
See, I'll give it not this turn, not my coming up turn, but the turn after that. If I haven't won the game, then I'm probably just gonna scoop because really they've turned the corner. This is me more so trying to play to my outs, but this is not a tournament. I'm just doing this for a fun little video, so it's not that deep. But I do admit that in a vacuum, it's a good idea to try and play to your outs. But like, I think they've they've done it. They've done the deed. There's not a whole lot of input I have here. Oh come on, man! How fucking complicated could your turn be? You're a control deck. You play your things on my turn, not yours. Come on, go ahead and pass. Oh, they actually killed Fraley. Okay, yeah. Yeah, they just killed it
I have got new moves to
Pretty
teach.
goddamn brutal. Oh, come on, attack. Thank you. I was about to say, goddamn.
The elves will try.
If we don't have land, then I'm out. Because, yeah, very clearly. Yep, we're gone. On to the next one. Maybe we'll get the win in the third game. I do largely sort of maintain that like our sideboarding strategies is about as good as it's gonna get, honestly. It's not terribly interesting. I mean, we are playing an elf deck against a control deck, and blue-white control is that. At that. So we just gotta try and run them down, pretty much. Again, go ahead and play first, because I have a brain. One drop into a druid. Yeah, if we're ever gonna get a win, this is how we're gonna do it. Go ahead and Overgrown Tomb, Mystic on 1. This should give me, like, I should, in theory, have a turn or two under the radar here where I can make some big strides before my opponent can really interact. Let's see. I mean, they didn't appear to be running any Divine Purges, so I think I can wait until 3. Correction, I cannot wait until 3. Go ahead and play the swamp. We'll just collect the company now. Might as well. Okay, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean, if you have a Divine Purge or something like that, then I accept that I made a boo-boo. Go ahead and play Divine... Or, sorry, not Divine Purge. My brain's locked up. Play the Tomb. Play another. Collect a company. You might have a counterspell? Sorry? Choose target spell. If it's a creature spell, perpetually gets -2, -0, counterspell. Controller pays 2. That's fine. Oh, what? Yeah, I pay that all day. I was about to say, I'm not that committed. We'll go ahead and squeeze in what damage we can. We do have a Realm Walker and a Leaf Crown Visionary, so we have some ability to get a second win here. They probably have, yeah, 19 fucking sweepers. So, yeah. Realm Walker, maybe Elf. It's not great. But it's something. It's actually not that bad. They'll probably have, like, more counterspells and goofy shit, so there is that. So I think we'll Tyvar Kel first. We counter that, which just about makes sense. Why? I mean, Rewind's not a terrible counterspell, it's just not what you expect to see. So usually Archmage's Charm, maybe Absorbs, or that new Teferi one that came out. Just did not expect Rewind. Tucking it? As you do. Go ahead and play Boseiju as the land here. And play a Leaf Crown and then Freylease. I think we'll... Yeah, let's start upticking. Why not? It's probably not going to matter, to be fair. And if they just remove the Leaf Crown, then I think we're just going to start seeking cards again.
Keep up the pace.
So weird that, like, this is, like... To be fair, this used to be, like, the blue-white finisher, even when this card was back in Standard before Historic was really a thing. But this is, like, of all the cards that are released, it's... Yes, Teferi Hero of Dominaria, that's still, like, pretty much, like, the default top end. Jesus fucking Christ. It's a good card, though, so I don't, like, blame it. You would think something would have came out, you know? Let's... If I seek an elf card, it shouldn't seek the...
I always have
Sorry?
reinforcements.
Seek a card, put one at random from your library into your hand. But it doesn't say to shuffle my deck. Okay, that's a little fucking annoying, because that's not how I thought that would work. Because in the mechanic of Seek, it says... Naming elf. Yeah, unless I'm crazy, which is possible. Perpetual? No, seek a card. Put one card at random from your library into your hand. It says nothing about shuffling.
Need to move quickly.
To be fair, I very rarely use, like, Seek as a mechanic. So I probably should have known that, to be fair. For fuck's sake, man. God damn. Yeah, it's cool. It's just... Who would have thought you don't have the most amount of answers to Sweeper Tribal? Okay, that's something. It's not like the most flashy, but they'll probably just remove it again. And we'll try again in this awful fucking world that we find ourselves in. Alright. Tranquil Cove. Get your life game. Would you like to play another Sweeper, sir? Or will you play like a Wandering Emperor as I go to tap my Archdruid or something equally dumb? Let's just see what we draw first before I talk too much mad shit. Really? Oh, okay, fair. That's fair. That's fair. Can't attack the cave. That's not bad. It's not bad. I'll go ahead and crack a clue. That's not bad. Greater Hoof might be our way out of this thing. Go ahead and sack the fairy because there's a real chance that they're just going to have another sweeper. So we have to make plans accordingly. Because they've shown themselves to have like 7-8 sweepers, if not more, in their deck. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Tapping for 3 gives us Crater Hoof at 8.
Need to move quickly.
2, 4, and then that'll be 4, 6, 6, 6, 11. Correction, none of that shit matters. Okay, it's a Realm Walker. It's technically card draw, so we can, in theory, continue on. Yeah, we just try again. Next turn we have to sit there and go ahead and bonk our opponent. If they have another sweeper, then we're just out. I'm not that committed to this thing. Come on, make your move. Or pass. And do the control thing. Either sweep my board or pass. So, come on, we both know that's what's happening. There we go. Okay. Thank you all for watching. Alright, let's be polite here. Let's see. Yeah, we could sit here and try for the next like 20 minutes, but this video's already going to run really long, and I have a life and things to do. So thank you all for watching. Remember to like the video if you liked it, to sub if you like my grab bag content, and might like to see more in the future. And if you have any nice, somewhat constructive comments, go ahead and leave one down in the comment section below. Remember to stay safe, and as it gets later, stay warm out there. Bye-bye.